Hi, today I'm going to show you how to use two reference citation generators. RefMe is the one, and the other one is called Noodle Tools Lite. Um, the RefMe is going to be more of an automatic citation generator. The Noodle Tools Lite is not automatic, but it does guide you through the process. Noodle Tools is the most highly recommended, but RefMe is usually pretty good. Now remember, when you are creating citations, especially any sort of an automatic citation generator, you want to always double check to make sure that everything's in the correct format. So I have provided a guide on your list of resources so you can double check that everything is being done correctly. And there's an option with this site that you can uh, go back and change what they did automatically. So this is a free site to use. There's also a paid version, but we're just using the free site. It is recommended by the American Association of Librarians, so it's a little bit more accurate than, I should say, a lot more accurate than EasyBib. I know a lot of teachers have recommended EasyBib. EasyBib tends to really have a lot of errors. So if you want to use EasyBib, that's fine. But again, you want to just double check to make sure that your citations are correct so you don't get into those bad habits of creating citations that are incorrect. So right now I'm in the screen to sign on or to log in. So you guys will need to create your own accounts. This says create an account for free. So basically you're just going to use your email from school, your Google account, and create a password. I already have an account, so I'm going to go to login, and that's what you will click on the next time after your very first initial login. So I'm going to put in my email, which second part of my email actually just came up automatically. So it was on earlier, and then I hit enter, and then I'm going to put in my password. Okay. And this is the main screen that you will get. I have new project here because this was one that I was working with for another class. So you can create a new project, or if you are still working with that same project, you can just create a reference. So if I wanted to create a new project, I click on new project and then I can name it. If I want to work with a project that I already have, I just click on create reference. And this is where you can paste in your URL. So I'm going to paste in one I had from earlier, and then I can cite it. And then I'm going to click on save, and then it will create my citation for me right here. Now, again, double checking that it's correct. If you are thinking it's not correct, you can click where these three lines are, it's three dots rather, and you can edit it. Export you're not going to really use because that's more if you're not using Google Docs. So most of you are using Google Docs. It's probably easier to just cut and paste everything anyway. So that's what I'm going to recommend, not trying to export it at this time. You can also delete it if you really need to, but if I click on edit, I get back to here, and then I can change these items here. I can get rid of things. I can re-enter whatever I want to in the fields, and then I just click on save. Okay. So that's how RefMe works. It doesn't do a whole lot other than creating citations for the free version. The next thing I'm going to show you is the Noodle Tools. It's called Noodle Tools MLA Lite. There's several different versions of Noodle Tools. There's a Noodle Tools Express, which basically just creates a quick citation. But the MLA Noodle Tools Lite is really good because it does a few more things than just create a citation. Okay, and that is the wrong. Okay, so let me just go to projects here. Okay, so this is the MLA Lite. Now, when you first come to page for Noodle Tools, you are going to need to, again, register, and you're going to choose MLA Lite, not the paid version of Noodle Tools. And if you need help signing on with that, I can gladly help you with that. You're going to create a username, a password, and they do ask for first initial, last name, and last four digits of your phone number, just in case you ever forget your password. But once you get into that, you will get into this page. So there's lots of different things going on here. This is the projects page. So anytime you have a new project, you are going to go to this page and click on New Project right here. Your dashboard for that specific project is just giving you information, or I should say rather, place where you put information. So you may not get too much into this research question, thesis. That's more for really extensive research projects. Like our 10th graders who do the personal project, that would definitely be something they may use. That will not really be something that you would have to use for this project. The one thing that is kind of handy is you can create a to-do list, so that will help you stay a little bit more organized with the due date, and there's a spot to complete it. So all you do is click add a to-do item right here, and then you create a due date. So if your teacher's giving you a specific date that something's due, so like if your rough draft is due on a certain day and your final project's due on another day, that would be something that you could put in there. Sources is where you list all your citations. So if you click on create a new citation, there are different types of citations. So you're going to go with whichever one that applies to you. Now you'll notice there's a lot, but for the most part, most of your things are going to be the first few on this side. So for example, maybe you are using a newspaper. You could click on newspaper, and then it tells you to include certain things. Now, just for your information, if you have an asterisk or that little star next to something, it's absolutely necessary that you include that. If you don't have an asterisk, then it's not necessary. So there's only a few things. Of course, with the citations, you want to always try to include as much of it as you can. And it's always a good idea to have somebody else look at it just to make sure that it is correct. There's a quick MLA guide over here that you can click on that gives you an example of what a newspaper from a database should look like. Note cards you can't do because that's something that only the paid version does. And then there's a thing for the paper. I'm sorry, I went off of that. Just a thing for the paper where you can try to get into your Google account and click on submit. For the most part, if you're writing a paper, I would suggest you just go into your Google Docs and write the paper. But you can use this for a few things, mostly for your works cited bibliography, but there are a few other organization tools. So those are the two sites that I recommend. I recommend this one slightly over the RefMe just because it is created by librarians, so it's a very good site to use. It's constantly being updated. They are always keeping track of when MLA or any of the bibliography forms change something. They're always keeping track of that and changing with it. So you can pretty much be sure that as long as you're being careful that either one of these are going to be pretty correct, and especially that Noodle Tools is going to be correct. If you're ever not sure, come ask me, email me. I will be happy to look over and make sure that it's being done correctly. I know middle school students are not doing as much of the bibliographies, but you're starting, so it's just something that you need. That unfortunately is something that's part of the whole research process. You do have to give credit to your sources, so we're trying to make it as easy as we can with tools like Moodle tools and the